Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about my desk setup and what I use for it. Back then I would see car guys and they would get really into their cars and little modifications, and I didn't get why they did that. I would want to understand, but I would just be like, it's just a car. It's not until I started picking up something that I liked, like my desk, like my whole setup that I got. With the whole quarantine, you spend a lot of time in this place. Your setup, your desk, whatever you want to call it. You spend a lot of time in it, and I now understand why car people love their cars. They love upgrading them. I understand them because anytime I get anything for my desk, whether it's an alarm clock, a plant, something, whatever it can be, I just feel happy. I want to start off by saying that a lot of this stuff, it helps me out a lot. For example, the speakers, they were cheap. Number one, they were very cheap. They cost me $20, and I got them off of Amazon. With Prime, they got here in about 2 to 3 days, and you cannot go wrong with these speakers. If you're in the market for a budget speaker, I highly recommend these. I have a JBL home theater sound, and honestly, I wouldn't say it compares to that, but it doesn't fall flat. When you try something very good, or you try something that's good, other stuff seems weak in comparison, but these hold up their own weight. They hold up their own weight, and they hold it up pretty well. If you're in the market for speakers, definitely pick these up. You will not regret it. As far as the monitors, I got these two monitors from Facebook Marketplace. If I always love a good bargain, a good deal. This one's the MSI 27-inch 144 hertz refresh rate, and this is the Asus 24 inches 144 hertz as well. This one cost me about $120. It cost me about $120 to get, $120, $130. I remember it was around there, but it came with the box. The owner he wanted to get rid of it because he bought a new one. You know how it is. So one man's trash is another man's treasure, and I ended up picking it up. Nothing was wrong with it, and yeah, that one went well. This one was an even bigger deal. I got a good saving. This monitor goes for about $220, $240, but I got it for a whopping $70. I got it for $70 because they were, once again, trying to change, or they were changing monitors, so they didn't want this one no more. It is in immaculate condition. Everything works well. I had to configure the settings because they messed with them a little bit, but other than that, this thing was running up and running great, and it only cost me $70. What is it, 1/3 of the price? Up next, I want to talk about my keyboard. I have the Logitech, or the MX keys. I love this keyboard. I love this keyboard, and I don't see myself changing it anytime soon. It doesn't hurt my wrists after a while of using it, like the other mechanical keyboard that I had, because your palms are resting, so I don't worry about my wrist getting a lot of weight, or it's just perfect. The typing experience is really good. One thing that I see a lot of people complaining about is the command key for Mac and everything is different. It got switched up. I don't know, but it works perfect for me. I'm not really tech savvy to the point where I have to worry about, I don't have to worry about this key. Oh, this key isn't perfect. I need shortcuts. That's not me. I'm not the shortcut guy. So just with the use that I have, and it lets you customize this stuff. It has a program, so you can you can switch up any key to what you prefer it does. And that just gives you so much more, dynamic to this keyboard. If you don't like this, change it out for this. If you want to switch this, you could do anything with it. And it comes with a program, so it's not even like you have to go through settings and everything. No, just go to the program, switch it up, clean interface, and very user friendly. It's coming from someone who's not tech savvy. I also bought this keyboard because it has a very niche field, a little niche that really accommodated me. It was able to go from Microsoft, or from a Windows desktop, to my Mac seamlessly through a thing that they have called Flow. you would be able to go from one computer to the other without having to change your Bluetooth connectivity. It would just flow to the other one. It would just be able to go from one device to the other without much of your input. So that was amazing. Since I had a desktop that was Microsoft and my computer was Mac, I would be able to change files, transport files. It did it via Wi-Fi, so it was amazing. And then I paired it up with their little boy, the MX Master 3. I paired it up with this thing, and it's a really good keyboard. It's a really good mouse. It's a great mouse. Has a lot of functions to help you be more productive in my eyes. But one thing that I did do was, this is a horizontal scroll. But for me, there's a lot of things when I'm surfing the web or something that I can't quite see. So I like to zoom in. And what I would normally do would be Control plus. And so I liked, but with this, I changed it out to be the zoom on my mouse. So I'm able to zoom quickly, zoom in and out without much friction there. I'm able to get in, see what I have to do or see what's going on, and get out. It helps. I'm telling you, customize these things to whatever you prefer. I also have the Mac Air. Amazing machine, super quick. One thing that I did get, I got the one with low storage, because like I said, I'm not like a really heavy editing 4K. I have to do all my work on this. No, but even that, it handles or programs that I throw at it with ease. Anything you want to do, I got the 256 gigs, I believe. Anything you want to do, you could do it on that seamlessly. Nothing stops it from working. I also bought the SSD drive, the T5, the 1 terabyte, and I added Velcro. I added Velcro, so I'm able to just stick my external memory and go. You know what I'm talking about? It's not like I have a lot of files or anything, but you could stick your memory in on the go. This thing costs you $100. It costs you $100, but it gives you 1 terabyte of SSD that you could just pick up and go. Cross it between your devices and you're ready to go. Instead of wasting, what is it, like 500, 600? I'm gonna check. Apple. They charge you way too much for their kind of stuff, for their extra memory. They charge you almost $500 for a terabyte on the iPad. On the Mac, we were going for Macs. What am I doing on the iPad? MacBook Air. Let's see, you wanted a... Oh man, for a terabyte they're charging... Yeah, for a terabyte. So this, in their Apple ecosystem internal memory, it would cost you like $400 to $500, but I got it for $100. And that way I don't, put clutter or a mess in my actual internal drive. I could just keep all the files, all the junk that I download on my external memory. So that works out well, and you can cross it across all your devices. My Mac, my app. The iPad also works great with this memory. So moving on, I have this cute little plant. My girl got me this plant. It's fake, but I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm connected with nature. You could say, look, it's not even green anymore. It's more pale. How is a dead plant pale? Moving on. The next thing is my iPad. My iPad. Amazing thing, dude. Amazing thing. If I were to get rid of everything else, one thing I had to keep, boom, the iPad. It's my notebook, and it could be your laptop if you like. It could be your laptop. I personally don't like it being my laptop. I bought the Magic Keyboard. I tried it. Not my cup of tea. I didn't like how heavy it got. I didn't like the small screen. And even though I got the 12.9, I didn't like that it wasn't my iPad. I couldn't draw on it. I couldn't take notes on it. Easy and frictionless as I can as just flipping the thing and taking my notes. I like it as my notebook, you could say. I love the iPad, but I love it as my notebook, my smart notebook. I like to think about it. If I want to take some notes, I can do it. If I want to edit a picture, I could do it. If I want to read, I could do it. I especially love using it for reading. This thing carries, it's like a Kindle. You can put all your, well, with the Kindle app, it is the Kindle, right? You can put all your apps, all your reading apps, your material, reading it here, take notes on the side of it. This thing is amazing. You name it, it does it. And if you're going for the 12.9, it isn't even like the difference from the 11 to the 12.9 is like $200, I guess, if you buy it. But it's so well worth it. The real estate you get is amazing. Go for the 12.9 because you won't be able to go back. It's not as, oh man, this thing's too bulky, I won't be able to take it anywhere. No, it's great for everything. But yeah, if there was one electronic I had to keep and get rid of everything else, it would be the iPad, hands down. Most versatile. It could do just about everything. I'm pretty sure it could even power the setup that I got. With that being said, I love the iPad. Next on the list is the desk. The desk was from Fully. Fully.com. I'll have a link to it in the description. Everything will have a link to it in the description because most of it was from Amazon or from Facebook. Fully, here's the thing about this desk. I love it. I bought it. I saw an investment, and like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I get now why they purchase better car parts, better stuff, because you just get excited when you get something new. I purchased it, but the thing is, if you want a standing desk like this one, I bought it because I did my research and a lot of the desks weren't sturdy or quick enough or this or that. And one of my favorite YouTubers, Ali, he bought this desk, and I don't know, I feel like if it's good enough for him, the kind of guy who spends hours upon hours sitting down, then it should be well enough for me. So I went ahead and bought it, and I bought everything that they sold you, and that's my mistake. I bought the countertop, I bought the arm stand, and I bought some hooks that they sold you. I bought the memory thing, so I could just press a button 1, 2, 3, and it, you know, if you set it, it'll take you to those heights. But the truth is, this thing cost me close to $990, but it could have cost me like $600. Why? Don't buy the countertop that they give you. I could make this. You could make this. You go to Home Depot, you buy a plywood, and it costs you $50 for the sheet that's bigger than this. This is 72 inches. That thing's what is it, 8 feet? So 8 times 12, 96. It's 96 inches. You can make a bigger one. I ended up kicking my tripod a bit, so it threw everything off. I hope that it doesn't look so different. But you could buy this, cut it out. This little concave cost you $20 extra when making it in the website, and it's not that different. It's like a 2-inch. It was not worth it. I could have made this. You could have made this, and this alone, you could have made it bigger, because it's big, but my arms touch end to end, and that's 72 inches. And I could have made it bigger, cheaper. The thing that I do recommend is buying the legs from there. That runs you about $599 or $500, but it's a good support system, and you can make everything else. And when I was building it, it's easy. I thought I didn't want to do that route of buying my own countertop and then putting it in, my plywood, putting it in and screwing it, because I thought that there was going to be a lot of like friction and how I installed my own versus theirs, and it's not. It's really simple actually. You could just put your own. It's simple, and it's worth it doing by yourself. The cutting process, the routing process, you could just route this in and you're good to go. That's the one thing I don't like about my desk. That is, someone who could have built this, I feel ripped off that they charged me $230 for this. I feel kind of ripped off because I could have made it bigger, better, and sealed it. You know what I'm talking about? You can seal this top, you can make it bigger, you can make it better, any color you want, for about $100. I'm 100% sure. But if you don't want to get DIY, then by all means buy it. But yeah, the system is great. It goes up to a pretty high distance, and it sinks down so that your chair doesn't have to always be at the highest it is. You know what I'm talking about? You're able to move with your feet so you feel more comfortable. That's a lot that this setup has that It offers you comfortability. Anything that you want, change it, because you're literally here sitting for hours on end. So make it comfortable at least. And then I bought it with these hooks. I bought it with these hooks. I put my headphones, and I also put my pens. I love collecting pens. I like the over-the-ear headphones. I feel like everybody who studies for prolonged hours has these. You know what I'm talking about? The classics. You know, I feel like it's like you get in the mood with it. You know, let me put on my headphones in it. I have the AirPod Pros. And I use those for whenever I want to be more minimal, go out for a walk, go to the gym, take those. But when I want to get down to business here in my area, I bust out those headphones. I just feel comfortable. And you get in the flow, you get into it whenever you're using these. So I have those, and I got those for a steal price. These brand new. I didn't get them from Facebook. I got these bad boys from Best Buy. I got them from Best Buy for $100. They retail at $119, $120, I think, but I got them from $100 on Black Friday. They were having a sale, and I picked them up. $100 for these headphones. You cannot go wrong. They cost like $220, but I had rewards, so it cost me really $100. $100 for these badass headphones. It was between these or those Sony ones that cancel everything. You know, the cancel culture. No, that cancels all the sound. It was between those, but I opted out for these because they were just $100. You know, they don't have like super cancellation, but if you put them on for the price range, they're really good, especially for my price range that they cost me. Next up is this Blue Yeti mic. Bought it for streaming a while back. I haven't been as consistent as I want to be in streaming, so it hasn't gotten that much use, but hey, I'm dusting it off and we're using it back again. It lets you customize the sound and everything, but like I said, I'm not really that tech savvy. I just use the basics. I guess I'll tweak it in the future to make my sound better, but it's a really good mic. Next up is my chair. I love my chair. I got this chair because, like I said, I wanted to be more comfortable working. And the chair that I had was really good too. But after about 4 or 5 hours of sitting down, your back would start to hurt. And it would require me to get up, move around, twist. And I just didn't like that. I didn't like all that uncomfortableness. It got to the point where my girl had to massage me at the end of the day. And I didn't even like work a hard labor job or anything. It was just that bad. The pain was that bad. And it wasn't like a bad chair. I'll put a picture up, but it didn't hold up. So I was like, I'm going to make an investment in a chair. And I went and bought this one. I think it cost like $400. Lets you customize everything. This bottom thing, the bottom where your butt goes, it slides in, out. With ease. You can stop it wherever you want, and now nothing moves, or you can make the back move. You know what I'm talking about? And then it has back support, you know, so you're able to, and if you want to, let's say you want to save this position, you stop it right there and you could just get up and your chair stays at the same spot. This thing is totally customizable, completely worth the money. And pair that with the standing desk, and I haven't had pain in a long time. So there's that. This chair is amazing. But the one thing that I've noticed that on tile, you slide. You just completely slide. So I put a carpet under there. So I have some friction whenever I get up here. I have some friction to hit. Now this is my setup. Other than that, this thing is just completely amazing.